delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
As 21st century learners, you possess creativity and innovative skills. You also know that collaboration and communication are the keys to effective learning. Moreover, you have proven that developing your critical thinking and problem-solving abilities, notwithstanding your technological skills, will put you atop others. Good morning, grade 11 learners! Hop aboard as we journey to the beautiful realm of 21st century literature from the Philippines with your teacher tour guide, Chris Naveler. Welcome to Quarter 3, Module 2, the various 21st century literary genres and the ones from the earlier genres or periods, citing their elements, structures, and traditions. Ready for takeoff? Grab now your modules, pen, and paper, and let's go! Here are the lesson objectives. Compare the various 21st century literary genres and the ones from the earlier genres, periods, citing their elements, structures, and traditions. Contrast the various 21st century literary genres and the ones from the earlier genres, periods, citing their elements, structures, and traditions. Differentiate the 21st century literary genres and the ones from the original genres. Enumerate the elements, structures, and traditions of each genre, and appreciate the unique features of each genre. Welcome aboard! It's time for your tour test number 1, the pre-test. You have 5 seconds to answer each question. Choose only the letter of the answer on a separate sheet of paper. Question number 1. What literary genre combines 3 media, namely book, movie, or video, and internet website? A. Digifiction. B. Doodle fiction. C. Science fiction. D. Creative non-fiction. The correct answer is letter A, digifiction. Question number 2. What do you call the stories told almost entirely in dialogue, simulating social network exchanges? A. Chick-lit. B. Digifiction. C. Hyperpoetry. D. Text talk novel. You are correct. It's letter D, text talk novel. Question number 3. It is a story characterized by its brevity and could range from a word to 1,000 words. What is it? A. Creative non-fiction. B. Flash fiction. C. Blog. D. Hyperpoetry. You got it! It's letter B, flash fiction. Question number 4. What genre fiction addresses issues of modern womanhood, often humorously and lightheartedly? A. Chick-lit. B. Digifiction. C. Hyperpoetry. D. Text talk novel. If your answer is letter A, chocolate, then you are correct. Question number 5. Comic book or book series published in Japan are called A. Digifiction, B. Doodle fiction, C. Illustrated novel, D. Manga. Very good, it's letter D, manga. I'm sure you did well in the pretest. Test passed. Now we are en route to our next destination. I have 2 questions. What are the major literary genres? What are their unique features? Poetry. Poetry is an imaginative awareness of experience expressed through meaning, sound, and rhythmic language choices to evoke an emotional response. It has been known to employ meter and rhyme. The very nature of poetry as an authentic and individual mode of expression makes it nearly impossible to define. Drama. Drama is a composition in prose or verse presenting in dialogue or pantomime, a story involving conflict or contrast of character, especially when intended to be acted on a stage, a play. It may be any situation or series of events having vivid, emotional, conflicting, or striking interest. Fiction. Fiction is a literature created from the imagination, not presented as fact, though it may be based on a true story or situation. Types of literature in the fiction include the novel, short story, and novella. Non-fiction. Non-fiction is based on facts and the author's opinion about a subject. The purpose of non-fiction writing is to inform and sometimes to persuade. His examples are biographies, articles from textbooks, and magazines and newspapers. Now you will learn about the modern literary genres presently used by 21st century writers. First is illustrated novel. This is a story through text and illustrated images. 50% of the narrative is presented without words. The reader must interpret the images to comprehend the story completely. Some illustrated novels may contain no text at all. Examples of this genre are The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick and The Arrival by Sean Tan. Next in line is digifiction. Digifiction is a triple media literature. This combines 3 media: book, a movie, or a video, and internet website. To get the full story, students must engage in navigating, reading, and viewing in all 3 forms. Patrick Carman's Skeleton Creek and Anthony Zeiker's Level 26 are examples of this genre. Then we have the graphic novel. It is narrative in comic book formats. This narrative work is conveyed to the reader using a comic form. The term is employed in broadly manner, encompassing non-fiction works and thematically linked short stories as well as fictional stories across a number of genres. Archie Comics by John Goldwater and illustrator Bob Montana is a good example. Next, we have manga. Manga is a Japanese word for comics. It is used in the English-speaking world as a generic term for all comic books and graphic novels originally published in Japan, considered as an artistic and storytelling style. A merry manga. It is sometimes used to refer to comics created by American artists in manga style. Here are a few examples. Shonen, boys manga, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Shoujo, girls manga, Sailor Moon. Shonen, men's manga, Akira. Josie, Women's Manga, Loveless, Paradise Kiss. Kodomo, Children's Manga, Doraemon, Hello Kitty. We also have doodle fiction. It is literary presentation where the author incorporates doodle writing, drawings, and handwritten graphics in place of the traditional font. Drawing enhances the story, often adding humorous elements. Examples of these include The Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney and TV Failure by Stefan Pastis. Then there's the text talk novels. These are narratives written in blogs, email, IM, and messaging format. These stories are told almost entirely in dialogue, simulating social network exchanges. Next, we have what we call the chick lit, or the chick literature. It is genre fiction which addresses issues of modern womanhood, often humorously and lightheartedly. There is no widely accepted definition of the length and category. It could range from a word to 1,000 words. Examples of 6-word flash fiction are Ernest Hemingway's For Sale, Baby Socks, Never Worn, and Margaret Atwood's Longed for Him, Got Him. Next up, creative nonfiction, or also known as literary nonfiction or narrative nonfiction. It is a genre of writing that uses literary styles and techniques to create factual, accurate narratives. It contrasts with other nonfiction, such as technical writing or journalism, which is also rooted in accurate fact, but is not primarily written in service to its craft. As a genre, creative nonfiction is still relatively young and is only beginning to be scrutinized, with same critical analysis given to fiction and poetry. 1,000 Gifts by Anne Voskamp and Wind, Sand, and Stars by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry are examples. Then there's science fiction. It is a genre of speculative fiction dealing with imaginative concepts such as futuristic science and technology, space travel, time travel, faster-than-light travel, a parallel universe, and extraterrestrial life. It often explores the potential consequences of scientific and other innovation and has been called a literature of ideas. Examples include Suzanne Collins' Mockingjay and Sarah Maas' Kingdom of Ash. We have also Blog. It's a website containing short articles called posts that are changed regularly. Some blogs are written by one person, containing his or her own opinions, interests, and experiences, while others are written by different people. And lastly, we have hyperpoetry. It is digital poetry that uses links and hypertext markup. It can either involve set words, phrases, lines, and etc. that are presented in variable order but sit on a page much as traditional poetry does, or it can contain parts of the poem that move and transform. It is usually found online, though CD-ROM and diskette versions exist. The earliest examples date to not later than mid-1980s. It's time for tour test number 2. Analyze the context of the text and identify its literary genre. Next, write a 5 to 10 sentence paragraph describing the characteristic of kalokang poem ever made that qualifies it as a 21st century literary piece. Use the paragraph writing rubric as your guide. Please do not forget also to answer all other tour tests in your module to give you a truly fun and enriching travel learning experience, okay? For your final tour test, I want you to create a blog after providing brief answers to the following questions. Please use the rubric as your guide in making your blog. How many social media accounts do you have? Do you actively use all of them? How many Facebook friends, Twitter, and IG followers do you have? How do you feel about the number of friends and followers that you have? Write a few sentences explaining the advantage of maintaining a social media presence. You may draw inspiration too from Ann Luna's "You Are Not Your Facebook Profile." Dearest 21st century learners, I hope you learned a lot from today's exciting episode. See you again for more fun-filled adventures in 21st century literature with your teacher tour guide, Chris Naveler, only here at Lantaw Compre. Tour test completed.